The elder said winter thinned the veil. Cold made old things hungry. That was the lore you grew up with when you lived near the reservation. Stories traded quietly at gas stations, warnings disguised as jokes. Don't whistle at night. Don't answer your name if you hear it outside. And never trust what looks like something you love. The Mitchells knew the stories. Everyone did. But stories felt smaller inside a warm house, with a heater humming and the kids tucked in. That night was ordinary until it wasn't. Snow pressed against the windows like frostbitten fingers. Their daughter had fallen asleep first, curled around her stuffed bear. Their son followed, his breathing deep and even beneath a space-themed blanket. The house settled into that soft nighttime quiet, pipes ticking, winds brushing the siding. Outside, somewhere too close, a dog began barking. Not playful barking, not warning barking. The kind that cracked and broke between breaths.
Do you hear that?
Sarah asked from the hallway. Mark nodded, already uneasy. Probably coyotes again. They'd heard them before. Everyone had. Shadows slipping between trees. Laughter that wasn't laughter. You learn to explain things quickly out here. Still, the barking didn't stop. It went on too long, too desperate. Then it cut off. Silence rushed in to replace it. Thick and heavy. Mark frowned but said nothing. Sarah kissed her son goodnight and turned off the light. Routine was armor. You didn't have to give fear room to stretch. Mark clicked the door lock and called Bear over. He opened the sliding glass door. "All right, buddy. Last call." The dog trotted past him into the snow, black fur swallowing the porch light. A big shepherd mix, loyal to a fault. He loved the cold. Loved bouncing across the yard like it was his own private tundra. Mark closed the door and pulled the drapes halfway, leaning against the wall and scrolling his phone. This was the ritual. Bear would do a lap, sniff the fence, maybe check the trampoline, then come padding back. Mark would see the dark blur through the glass and let him in. Always the same. Outside, wind whispered through bare branches. Minutes passed. Mark looked up. Movement. A smear of black fur slid past the drapes. "There you are," he muttered. But something felt off. He pulled the curtain aside a little more. Bear wasn't coming toward the door. He was walking toward the trampoline. Mark sighed. Seriously? He waited. Gave him time. Then he opened the curtain fully. Bear stood still, near the edge of the yard, body rigid. His head tilted slightly, ears pricked forward. He wasn't sniffing the ground, wasn't pacing. He was staring. Not at the woods, at the house. Specifically, at the dark window beside the sliding door. The reflection. Mark tapped on the glass. "Hey, come on." Bear didn't move. Tap, tap. Bear's ears flicked. Slowly, he turned his head and looked directly at Mark through the glass. The look made Mark's stomach drop. No wag. No excitement. No recognition. Just a flat, assessing stare. Curious. Empty. "Bear?" Mark whispered. He knocked harder. The dog finally moved, padding toward the door with stiff, measured steps. Relief loosened Mark's chest until something else moved. From the side of the house, another shape. Black fur, same size, same gait, same familiar silhouette. Second dog stepped into the porch light. Mark's breath caught in his throat. The two dogs stopped inches apart. They sniffed each other. Not aggressively. Not confused. Like this was normal. Mark's hand shook as he slid the lock shut with a sharp click. Sarah appeared behind him.
What's wrong?
He didn't answer. Outside, two identical bears turned toward the door. Both sat. Both waited. Perfectly mirrored.
Oh my God.
Sarah whispered. They knew. Everyone knew. Skinwalkers didn't rush. They copied, learned, observed. The dogs' heads snapped toward each other in unison. A low growl rippled through the air. Then chaos exploded. Fur and teeth collided, snarls ripping into the night. Bodies slammed into the trampoline, into the fence, into the snow. One yelped, high and terrified, then snapped back with savage force. Sarah screamed. Mark slammed his fist against the glass. Useless. They watched the dog fight itself. They didn't know which one to root for. Blood sprayed dark against the snow. One dog went down, throat torn open. The other stood over it, chest heaving, eyes burning. The victor limped toward the house. Toward them.
Mark,
Sarah sobbed.
what do we do?
They looked at the dog's wounds. Deep. Defensive. Protective. He fought, Mark said hoarsely. Our dog would fight. The thing outside whined softly, just like Bear always did when he was hurt. They opened the door. They shouldn't have. They carried the bleeding dog inside, laid him on the kitchen table. He didn't resist, didn't growl. Just watched them. Watching too closely. Get the first aid kit, Mark said. Bathroom, hurry. Sarah ran. When she came back, she dropped the kit. Mark was against the wall, hands, wrong hands, bending the wrong way, wrapped around his throat. The thing wearing Bear's face smiled. Who did you let in? Hey everybody, it's Enzo here. I hope you're all doing well, hope you're all having an awesome Friday night, and I hope you all enjoy this video. Joining me today in this one, I have a new friend of the channel. She's voicing Sarah. Her name is Whispering Scream. She's from the UK, just over the pond, and she's an awesome narrator. I'm absolutely stoked that I was able to get her on the channel. She's got this awesome video called I Made a Deal in the Woods, She Wasn't Human. It's an amazing collab with my two good friends, Bert Cat Boy and The Keeper, one of which I've already had on the channel, and one I'm hoping to have on the channel very, very soon. Highly recommend going over and checking out the video, as well as Whispering Scream's channel itself. I believe I've stated before, but if I actually haven't, collabs are some of my favorite videos to make. I love working with other narrators. Some of these guys have become really good friends. And we're expanding this small little horror community here on Reddit and YouTube. So, these videos are a lot of fun to make. I actually have a playlist, which I will be linking in the end credits, that essentially features all the people I've had on my channel since endeavoring to make horror videos. I highly recommend checking it out and supporting all these other narrators that I've worked with. I'm hoping to be on Whispering Scream's channel very, very soon in a collaboration we've got going on, as well as a few other creators' channels as well. So, there is a lot to be excited about, and I'm very excited. I hope you all are very excited as well. You all have a good night, fun weekend, and stay tuned.